Cool, because you're definitely going to want to hear this next speaker. As I said, we made the Inc. 5000 list in 2016. And maybe the one single person who had as much to do with that as anybody was this next person. She was at Crown Dinner for the first time just the other night at the Dallas football stadium. And it was surprising to think that she wasn't there last year. And the reason is because she didn't show up as a crown. And she didn't show up as a 2-star crown. And yes, she was invited. She showed up as a 3-star crown. So she and her husband, Diego, have built an awesome, awesome team. For those of you who don't believe that you can build a big business from a small place, she did it from the little island of Kauai, but her team ranges all around the world. And the reason is because she's been tapping into influencers left, right, and center. So she's going to share some of her secrets right now as to how to promote and find and work with influencers. There is nobody better in this room to share that idea than new 3-star crown Sarah Rhinelander.
You see me heavy work. You see me do me dirt. And so me better work. When you walk a line. I'm in the cafe, drive me a dessert. No time to have you lurking. You make a hard man, I like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the righteous. Nobody text me in the crisis. I believe all of your dreams are you told me all of my keys and my vision.
So does anybody in this room sometimes feel like your life sounds like that song? Work. Work. When's it gonna end? Right? I'm just working. I'm working. I'm still working. We have an amazing business that allows us to actually step out of that paradigm. It actually allows us to go on vacation with our phone and still make money. It allows us to stay home with our children and still make money. It allows us freedom in some of the most powerful ways that any business model can. And so as David was saying, last year at convention I was a red diamond, and now I'm a 3-star crown. That sounds like a lot of work, right? Whew. It was work. It is work. But there's a way to be able to work smarter with this business and not have to work so hard. And the way is by working with other people who have influence, who have communities, who have relationships that have been built over years. So, business partnerships, customers are the foundation of our business. Every single one of us in this room is a customer. We all use the products. We all thrive off of this food that we're taking into our bodies every day. Customers, we need customers. And if we want to expand our reach, make a bigger impact, make a bigger income, and work less, then what we really need to do is work with influencers. We have to learn to attract people to us who want to do this with us as much as we want to. And we're not just talking about any people. We are talking about people who are powerful people, who know people, who know people who know people. So I want to see a show of hands. How many of you guys in this room consider yourself to be an influencer? Nice. Woo, awesome. Okay, so for those of you who didn't raise your hand, would you say that any of you maybe raise your hand if you know some influencers? Okay, perfect. And even those of you who didn't raise your hands, maybe there's a few, do you think that maybe you know people who know people that are influencers? Right, they're out there. Every single one of us in this room is connected to someone who is a quote-unquote influencer, meaning that they can help us build our business. We can leverage the communities and the relationships that they've created so that we don't have to work as hard. We can work smarter and we can expand our reach. So, in the beginning, when we first get started with this business, at least when I first got started with this business, I felt like I was kind of in the darkness, like, what am I doing? This is a whole new foreign language that I'm learning. This is like what is this? I don't understand really. I'm kind of like, I have my little flashlight, I'm shining it around in the darkness, looking for something, looking for somebody. It can take a while. And I'm going to tell you guys something here. Not every single person that we find is going to be an influencer, right? So we have the opportunity, when we find that person, we each have a limited amount of energy. Our energy is like our light. If we shine our light onto someone who absorbs our light, have you guys ever had this in your business where there's people that you want to help them, like Eric was talking about last night, spinning the plate, and you're spinning that plate, and they're kind of right? That's a scenario where your energy is being absorbed by somebody. You are putting in a lot of output into this person, and maybe you're not getting that type of explosive momentum or that feeling of, whew, this is happening, this is moving. What happens when you shine that light on someone who is a person of influence is that it's like one of those crystals that hang in the window. You guys have those in your house? Have you ever seen those? When the light, it's like a prism. When the light shines and hits that prism, it refracts into millions and millions and millions of little tiny rainbow lights all over. That is what happens to your business when you start partnering and working with influencers. People who take the energy that you give them, and instead of absorbing that energy, and instead of feeling like, okay, I'm spinning this plate, I'm expending so much energy on this person, I'm not getting that much back. When you find an influencer, when you find someone, you give them energy, and they take that energy, and they explode it out into the world. And there's a lot of you in this room who are doing that right now. And you know who you are. If you're doing that, if you feel like you're doing that in your business right now, raise your hand. Are you exploding the light that's coming through this foundation? Yes. Yes. That's what we're all doing. And we have tools now. What's happening with everything that's coming through, all this newness, is it's going to be so much easier to find people who are going to grow that light, who are going to expand our network, who are going to bring this mission in a huge, huge way. Because some of us like to talk about dollars. Some of us like to talk about helping people heal, about helping the earth heal. It's the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. So if you're sitting in the audience and you're thinking, oh, the money thing, I don't know, I'm not that comfortable with it, that's okay, because you're saving lives. You're healing people. And the people that you attract into your team are your partners. They are taking your energy, they are taking the energy of this community, of what Dave and Amy have created, and they are spreading it for you, for us. And when that happens, we get to work less. Work, 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 right? We get to take a step back, and we get to take another step back, and then we get to take even another step back. So, who are these people? Who's an influencer? What does this mean? Influencers are people who have spent years as givers, like Eric was talking about yesterday. They're the people who have developed powerful, powerful relationships. They understand success. They have people who trust them, who know them. They don't have to be famous. They don't have to be like, these celebrities to be an influencer. Every single one of you know people like this. If somebody, it could be the person it could be a yoga teacher. It could be a fitness instructor. It could be a naturopathic doctor. It could be a regular doctor. It could just be someone who's a really good friend to all the people that they know, and those people really trust them. That when if somebody says, I really like this product, like when I first shared with Tevye here, he said, since you're doing it, I trust you. I trust that. If you're doing it, I'm going to try it because I trust you. So influencers have that foundation of trust with people. That's huge. That's so powerful. So we don't have to be influencers ourselves in order to make this work. We just need to know how to magnetize those people to us, right? Do you guys want to magnetize some influencers into your team? Sounds pretty good, right? Okay. So I'm going to do an exercise with you. So everybody, if you could pull out a piece of paper and a pen, if you're Facebook Living, maybe you can do it, with one hand. Okay, so I'm going to just give you a second here. So I want you guys to write down the names. Well, first I'm going to do a little visualization with you. So we know that the cost of entry into Purium is very low, right? Under $1,000. Well, I want you guys to picture that you just spent $500,000 on this business. You didn't spend $500, you spent $500,000 personally. You took out a loan or you got this money. And I want you to write a list of 5 people that if you had actually spent $500,000 on Purium, these would be the first 5 people you would want to hire to do this business with you. Okay? So it's not going to be, necessarily your auntie or that person will say yes, or that person that, needs to lose some weight, or, that you're comfortable talking to them. I want you guys to go big. I want you to think about the top 5 people that if you knew that they would say yes to you right now, they would be, if you had 5 gift cards left and that was it, who would you give them to? So write down these 5 names. And then next to each name, write down why you chose them. Write down what it was about that person that made you choose them. Do you love talking to them every day? Are they like social media kings and queens? Are they super responsible? Are they very powerful? Are they charismatic? Are they magnetic? Whatever it is about them, you're going to write down 3 to 5 things about each one of those people right next to their name. And once you've done that, you're going to flip over your paper. And in the center of your paper, you're going to write, my business partners. My business partners. And around that, you're going to write down every single one of those qualities that you noted about these people that you want on your team. It's not necessarily about these specific people. It's not necessarily, Joe and Bob and whoever. It's the quality. It's who they are. It's what frequency they have. So when you guys get home, you can take this paper. This is your map. This is your magnet. You're going to take this piece of paper, and what I like to do is to actually go and either buy a greeting card or take like a beautiful card, or you could even make like a mini dream board on one side, and then on the other side, you're going to write your magnet. You're going to create that magnet on something sturdy, and you're going to look at it every single day. Because when you start to attune yourself, when you start to get clear on the qualities of the people that you want to bring in, then you're going to notice when you come into contact with people like that. You're going to stand up and say, right? Whereas maybe before you might have been intimidated by them, or not even noticed, or had a different reaction. Now you're going to say, that person's an influencer. That person is someone that I want to have on my team. And then you can start to approach them and lead them and guide them with questions. You can open up the relationship in a different way. And when you open the relationship in a different way, then you can have different results. And that's what we're looking for, right? So you guys think that you can all do that, make an influencer magnet, and start to see people that are popping out these diamonds or just like catching your attention like that? Beautiful. Yes. Okay, let me hear it again. Are you guys gonna go home and make an influencer magnet? It's really easy. Woo! Awesome. And I want to give you guys just one more really quick challenge here, which is that we can become more influential in our spheres through social media and through many other things. But one thing that I want to challenge each of you to do is sometime during convention, take a golden nugget that you received during this training at any point during the 3 days that's not about product or business model necessarily. I want you to look more at community and personal growth. I want you to look at the things that are really deeper for you, and I want you to go and do a Facebook Live on your page talking about something that meant something to you. Bring in that next deeper layer and level of conversation into your community, because influencers, because the people that you're looking for, they want that deeper conversation to be happening. They're attracted to that, and so the more that you start to be a leader in your realm, the more that you're going to draw leaders to you. So I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. This is a powerful room packed with leadership. I can feel the inspiration and the way that you are all so ready and prepped to do this. And truly, Purium is wave 2. That's all I got to say. Wave 2. We are here. And we are ready. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. Aloha.
It's an awesome presentation, and she didn't steal anything from me, so let's give another round of applause. 3-star crown, Sarah Rhinelander.